Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and welcome back, if you're not already here, for another episode of Betrayal in Antara. Things are about to get a little crazy, I do believe, because we are about to embark on Chapter 4. And Chapter 4 involves Kaelyn leaving the party. So we're stocking up for that. I'm finishing some unfinished business here in Takoro, making a little bit of money. I want to make sure that we don't leave any precious junk lying around, and then it's time. Yeah, we didn't get to speak with her before. She's kind of hiding behind the barmaid here. So yeah, this is supposed to be his fiance, about whom you can see he's very enthused.
Solana, how is your father?
What do you mean?
I hear Caverden is cutting into his salt trade business. I thought...
Don't worry about House Sheffield, William. I assure you, everything is well under control.
That voice acting makes me think differently.
Are you enjoying the festival?
It's my favorite time of year. I haven't missed one since my first, during my time with the Children of Henna.
I didn't know you fostered in Takoro. I spent my time here too.
Fostering?
Fostered? What's that?
No, I don't suppose someone like you would know about fostering. The better houses foster their children to the Triune for a time, for schooling and spiritual indoctrination. All the children spend time with the priests of Henna. Then the girls join the Sisters of Sanhedrin, while the boys study with the Brothers of Kor.
It's a tradition that goes back to the founding of the Empire. Solana, I heard High Brother Mar wanted to extend the tradition beyond the noble houses.
Yes, the Emperor had all but agreed to it, until High Brother Vaughn stepped in.
High Brother Vaughn?
The Hand of Kor, Kaelyn.
In addition to their spiritual roles, the Hands of the Triune often advise the Emperor on other matters. The Brothers of Kor, in particular, have great influence on Emperor Valorian.
From what I heard, High Brother Vaughn didn't think expanding the fostering tradition beyond the houses was wise, and the Emperor ultimately refused the idea.
Thus, ensuring that the cycle of classism would continue.
When did you foster?
I finished a few years ago, at the height of the Feeblepox plague.
Around the time High Brother Shone died?
Yes, the feast celebrating Phallic Mar's elevation to hand was just weeks before my time ended.
I heard that was some party.
And his children know how to celebrate.
Yeah, a few years ago. That kind of gives us a timeline, though, where we have discussed before that we're not 100% sure when the Feeblepox actually was a big deal. Like, we'd said that, it's obviously a known quantity for these characters because they're cautious of it, but they're not terrified of it. So it's not new. They know how to deal with it. And they even have traditions for it, like the ribbons over the door. So this gives us a bit of a... Not an exact date, but a timeline.
I don't suppose you've seen an amulet like this one before.
This? You've got to be kidding. I could find better metalwork at just about any stall in the marketplace. Really, William, I thought you had better taste.
Funny. So did I.
Damn. Roasted. Roasted. Well, listen, Kaelyn. He doesn't seem super enthusiastic about her, and now I guess we know why.
Well, I'm sure you have many things to do, so we won't keep you any longer, Solana.
Yes, I really must be going. So sorry to tear myself away from your charming company.
This is a very arranged marriage, because obviously neither of them is, like, super into it. Here we are back at the beginning of Chapter 4. This is our last chance to evaluate everyone's equipment and make certain that everybody has, some of what they'll need. So, I'm going to send some of the beeswax with her to repair her bow, since she's got the repair skill and stuff as well. Um, I can't see anything else. She's got her new Montari chainmail. She has the broadsword. She has a good shield. It's in good condition. She has all of the best arrows. She has wide potion with her, so she won't be alone wherever she's going or whatever she's doing. She has Fidali paste, armorer's hammer, whetstone, torches, the drums in case she needs them, send water. She's got a steadfast tonic. I think that she's good. I think she's good, and more importantly, I don't know how we could do any better because we don't know what's happening. We don't know where we're sending her. Actually, here, we have 2 stacks of shovels. I'll give her some of those in case we do wind up playing with her, because that's my theory right now, is that, like, I'm wondering if, see, look, where the money has been split in half. Yes, thanks. See, you're on the same page. You're in the same page. But where the money has been split in half, I'm thinking the reason that's being done is not because they're stealing our money during the chapter transition, like they did in The Dame Was Loaded, but because Kaelyn is taking half of it as she goes, which makes me wonder whether perhaps we are going to play as Kaelyn and Aaron, and then we're going to play for a little while, or I mean, as William and Aaron, and then we're going to play for a while as Kaelyn. So perhaps this way, I think she's set up the best that we can get her set up. She has all of her repair stuff. She has potions to keep her going. She has utility items like torches and rope and shovels to make things easier to get around if she finds a buried cache. The only thing she doesn't have is lockpicks. And frankly, unless we give her the Ring of Welcoming also, I don't think that that's gonna matter. So, yeah. Alright. And yeah, I didn't notice this before, but look here. Our food has been halved as well. So I bet that's what's going to happen, is we're going to play as these two, the boys, and then we're going to play as Kaelyn. Okay, well, goodbye for a while, Kaelyn, for an unknown period of time. We will see you again, and until then, wish our MVP over here stay safe, don't catch corona. Alright. So, here we go. And then there were 2. The 2 musketeers. I'm going to do a quick save. And, okay, no going back. Okay, let's see here. Where are we? Yeah. Varnas, Tikoro, enter Shepherd headquarters. We have no idea where that is. So, we're going to Varnas. Because we know that they have an inn. So that I can silence the title menu music. Is this the inn? Yes, good. Rest, please. Whoop. There we go. Anyone else want to talk or hang out? Who are you? Oh, this is the gambler. Oh, no. Crud. I clicked yes by accident. Oh, good. Hey, we won. We won the accidental hand that I did not mean to gamble on. Oh, and his gambling skill didn't even go up because it's not ticked. Whatever, game. Whatever. Okay, no one else here. Okay. Well. It's kind of anywhere from here, isn't it? We've explored all of Tikor down here. Things can have changed now that we are in a new chapter. So we'll just have to see if we wind up going that way. First things first, let's stop by. It is morning. Game. Game, please. Please, game. Huh. I don't know that this guy was here last time that we were in Varnas. Well, William read the sign hanging over the open door. Smith's Forgery. Looks like the real thing to me. The companions entered the smithy. A shower of sparks and the loud clang of metal on metal indicated the smith was at work at his forge. Aaron's nose crinkled at the strong smell of hot iron and sweat. William yelled to make himself heard over the banging, the roar of the fire, and the whoosh of the bellows. Ho, the smith! The smith looked up from the kettle he was patching. Yes, what can I do you for? I know this is technically grammatically correct. You know, ho, the smith, like ho, the bus driver, or, you know, hey, farmer, or whatever. But this just makes me think of the final Pam immediately. Like, how goes your backyard barbecue, the smith? Pretty good, it doesn't seem. Next time you invite Pam. William asked if he could do some repairs. The smith examined the party's damaged equipment, then he went back to his anvil and continued hammering on the kettle. This is like the ratchet clap emoji. Look at all these clangs, like, as you can see, I'm too busy right now. But, like, why are you talking like that? Why are you talking like that? I mean, you don't have to speak only in one-word increments in between the rhythm of your hammering. But for 80 burlas, I can show you how to make some simple repairs yourselves. Oh, hey! Okay. But I'm too busy to repair your stuff. But I can give you a lesson in blacksmithing. Okay. Alright. Well, for 80 burlas, how can we pass that up? Because it's going to be a minimum 5-point increase to their repair skill, right? Sounds like a fair deal. Wait, I need to get my William on. Sounds like a fair deal. William counted out the coins into the smith's calloused hands. After tapping a burla with his hammer to ensure himself of its authenticity, the smith demonstrated his craft for the party, and they quickly learned a few simple mending techniques and some light metalwork. How do you quickly learn some light metalwork? Like, a little light metalwork is... That's not... Like, I don't feel like metallurgy is the same as a little light reading. Okay, well, anyway. Ooh, 12 points. Excellent. Cool. And you'll notice, too, check this out, our maximum had increased to 55 with Chapter 3. It is now at 70. That is both great and terrible. I was actually kind of hoping that it might stay at 55 for one more chapter, just because, like, now I'm not sure which of the magic skills to leave ticked. Self and ally and resist are still, like, way behind at 30. So, oh, hey, we have unlocked a new spell, though. Self, ally, damage, and resist. Well, this has to be a defensive shield. Armor light. Okay, cool. Cool. I bet that's just a straight-up armor spell or defensive spell. I'm glad I clicked in there. Hello? Anybody? Huh. Okay, that was, just a smidge creepy. Oh, goodness. Okay, there's a lot of people here that I don't think that we were able to talk to the first time. Hopefully that means that we're on the right track and we'll find a clue. The door was answered by a woman with a broken leg and dirty hands. I'd shake hands, but you caught me in the middle of some transplanting. I'm moving my seedlings to bigger pots, hoping they'll survive until I can get them into the ground. Aaron examined one of the seedlings. This is a nutberry bush, isn't it? The woman smiled, pleased to recognize a fellow botanist. Why, yes, it is. I've been trying to figure out what kind of soil the little fellow likes. My own garden is much too sandy for anything but carrots. Aaron handed back the potted plant. Have you tested the soil in the woods? It seems quite loamy to me. As a matter of fact, I have. I found 3 spots I thought would be ideal. I dug the holes for the plants, but on my way back home to pick up the seedlings, I had the misfortune to run into the Imperial Guard. William was outraged. What did they do to you? The woman pointed to the splint on her leg. It wasn't intentional. I wasn't watching where I was going. They came marching down the road just as I was crossing over to my house. I got in the way. Maybe I was pushed. I really don't remember. Somehow I stumbled and hit a boulder the wrong way. It's a simple fracture, but I'm afraid I won't be going on any planting expeditions for quite some time. Sympathetically, Aaron asked, Would you like us to plant the nutberries for you? I don't want to inconvenience you, but if you don't mind. Right? Yeah, that's my immediate reaction. Whenever I see a woman with an injury and she says, oh, well, it wasn't my fault. Like, I was just, he pushed me a little or something. It's like, I'm going to push him a lot. Right over a cliff. I'm not sure they'll live in pots for much longer. Their little roots need nutrients. Their little leaves need air and sunshine. Well, the least we can do is plant her plants for her. William nodded. Then it's a deal. Give us the plants and we'll see to it that they get safely settled in their new homes. The woman handed over the pots. I truly appreciate this. Come back when you've planted them so that I can thank you properly. Okay, we got a side quest. Oh, there they are. Okay, so we're going to have to, find some holes, I guess, and put the nutberries into the holes. And we couldn't go any further this way, right? Yeah, invisible wall. Okay. I did not turn. That was the game turning me. I better not catch those Imperial soldiers, is all that I know. Not seeing anything on this side, so I'm guessing that the holes she dug in the woods are over here. They could be further in, like we might have to actually go into the forest. Okay, well, I'm going to look around the rest of town and see, after we rest at the inn and come back tomorrow. Then we'll see what we shall see. Okay. Let's have a moon glow spell. There we go. Just so that we can, do something constructive with this time. Yeah, she must have dug those holes, way in. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. And I just spent 10 stamina too. Okay. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a challenge because we have not fought a battle without Kaelyn since the beginning of Chapter 1. Okay, we're close to town. I think I'm just gonna have to, use some stamina here. Yeah, see, because they're gonna come straight for Aaron. Oh. Ooh, an archer. Don't like that. Don't like that. Oh, man. Oh, this is not going to be great. It's a good thing we did buy that armor and stuff. Okay, now. We need your money and equipment. You're not allowed to leave. There we go. Hey, good hit, Aaron. Big oof. Don't like that. Okay, we're going to take Sword Guy out here. Aaron. I hate to... What's his... he's already... Yeah, he's down 3 health. I hate to guzzle Send Water, but I'm going to have to. There we go. Concentrate on one at a time. That guy's going to try and put distance between us so that he can use his bow. I'll have Aaron stay on him and harry him. He really is just determined to hit Aaron and only Aaron. Honestly, if it were me, I feel like I would run away from the gentleman who can throw lightning bolts. Wouldn't you? We're going to have to rely on Aaron a lot more with Kaelyn not here. Because with a third of our party gone, it doesn't just remove, like, firepower. It also removes our ability to control the battlefield and to maneuver by, like, occupying enemies and that sort of thing. Oh, good hit, Aaron. Okay, now we've got this. Now we've got this. Now this is how it should go. I feel like I can partially blame this on, like, the RNG. Oh, no. No. Man. William, you slow-ass, useless... Are you freaking kidding me? Well, no wonder they were hitting so hard. Oh my god. Yeah, we got a new bow too, but look at this. Free broadsword with 100% condition even. Thanks, game. So there, right there is... we can't know what's going on with Kaelyn. So buying her one was not necessarily a waste. But this right here represents 560 burlas that we literally just threw on the ground in the garbage. Thanks, game. Okay, but finally, on the other hand, a longbow. Man, such a simple weapon, just a flexible frame for a taut bowstring. Yet, it could propel an arrow with enough force to punch through all but the strongest armor. William doubted they'd be facing a phalanx of armored knights across a wide battlefield, but the bow would be just as devastating at closer range. Accuracy mod 14, damage mod 4. Okay, so that's why our archer friend there was dealing 14 damage per shot instead of 10, because normal arrows, they deal 10 damage. The short bow adds 10 accuracy to your shots, but it doesn't add anything to damage, so this is just like we theorized before. So this has 4 additional accuracy and 4 additional damage as well. Not bad. Put this in our rations. Oh boy. I feel really bad about that. I genuinely feel kind of like pretty salty, especially because we're so low on cash. And that battle was also like really rough, so I do not feel great about being... I feel scammed out of like 1,000 burlas. Well, back to town. There's no way I could have known. I did the best that I could with the information we had. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. That's the smithy. What were you? Nothing. Okay, there's Broken Leg Lady. What was this? A wizard or something. I might as well go back to the end. Yeah, see, I knew we were going to get tired. Okay. Lord. Gross. 3 days of resting. Cure those injuries. Okay, well, we got through it. That's what matters. And speaking of getting through it, actually, let me make sure that we get through the next one as well. Okay. Still not seeing any, like, planter holes. Here, we might as well, I guess. He only repaired that sword up to 98%, so there. Doodly-doo. I don't know what form the holes that she dug are going to take. Oh, what's this? Who are these yahoos? I'm guessing that they may just be, like, you know, dig caches. Okay, so there's a river there, and that's going to go across to the capital, I guess. It looks like maybe Chorus Landing is on the other side as well. So let's see what these yahoos have to say. Oh, wait, these are the Masons, aren't they? I think. I cannot talk to them. And when I approach them, I just bounce off. Okay, so we just can't go there yet. They're not even saying anything. Now, I think that the guild hall is back in Varnes, so I'm just going up here to see, like, where we can go, what we can get into. Apparently it's time for crab. His melee needs to go up, and so does his defense, in order to get through. Spellcasting went up, his stealth went up. Well, that's all good at least. Okay. Boom. Nothing? As y'all can see from watching, the combat in this game is very tactical, and I do like a good tactics game. But I think that the main thing that makes it so brutal, makes it so difficult, is not the low health. It's not the equipment upgrades and improvements that are few and far between. It's not even those sudden difficulty spikes that you get in places like Tikoro. I think that it's actually the fact that as your health decreases, which is something that's just going to happen in combat, you get worse at combat. So if you start losing, it is a very sharp slope to a total defeat. It's not a gradual thing at all. It's if an enemy gets 1 or 2 hits on you, you're just kind of screwed. So that means that, like, bad RNG can be devastating, of course. And it also means that if you're not good at the combat, then you will pay a very steep price for it. and you will see that price, like, get paid in full very quickly. But then see, like, look at this. Both of them, like, William's got full health, and he's just not hitting these crabs for some reason. Even though he's got a high melee skill, he's got this, like, really good sword and everything. So, speaking of which, let me look here at said sword. Thrust, swing, and hack. Okay, so I need to make sure that he's swinging his sword and not thrusting with it just in case, because his thrust is going to be his most powerful attack, but also his least accurate. Go. Anything? Nada. Well, hopefully at least, yeah, their skills went up. And that's acceptable. Like, that is a reward in and of itself. Oh, hey. By the way, did we finish researching our spell? Because look at this. Stuff is going up. We did. Oh boy, okay, so we need to take a look in the next combat. And we need to see what armor light does. I'm betting it just increases defense, but if so, like, we've been waiting for mage armor the entire game, and that's really great if we finally have it. Because, especially right now, this seems like an opportune time to get that spell, and this could be a huge game changer. This could be something that saves our butts. Chorus landing, okay. Is this bridge going to be blocked off up here too? That's a bush, I think. We'll come back in daylight and find out. Oh, it's so dark. It got so dark so quickly. Yeah, I know. Uh-oh. Oh, well, this is not good. Don't like this. Don't like this. Okay, at least it doesn't seem like there's an archer. Okay. Let's get through this, y'all. Or are you an archer, perhaps? That's why you moved. Are you an archer or just a coward? Because if you're a coward, you know what? You can go. I don't have enough invested in you to be upset. You know, like if I put a lightning bolt on somebody, 40 damage in one shot, I feel like then if they get away, I'm allowed to be upset. Just based on distribution of resources in this game. But if I haven't even hit them yet and they just want to leave, or if I've hit them one time with my sword and they want to go, sure. Let's play chase. Let's do it. I could have shot him, but I'm going to use it as an excuse to come over here and make the others follow me, and then maybe they'll, like, waste a turn. Oh, secret archer. I see. Okay. Sure. But now, there we go. Armor light. Okay. Target caster or ally. Protects caster or target ally from damage. Ooh, 10 stamina for 4 phases. And it goes up to 20 stamina for 14 phases. Ooh, so that is an expensive spell that does not last very long. Something I'm just going to have to get better at and get used to is... I think that... Like, I was just talking about how brutal the combat can be, which y'all have seen, or of course if you haven't seen, then... I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You can find the entire playlist on YouTube. Go check it out. Follow and subscribe if you haven't. And you can catch me over there and see all of the games that I have played on the channel on my YouTube. But, we've mentioned the combat being brutal before, and I think that one of the reasons that the game makes Sen water so readily available and usually like fairly cost effective is because I think the game intends you to guzzle it. Like every time that Aaron casts a spell, drink some Sen water at the beginning of the next turn. That's why you can drink Sen water and then still take an action on your turn, because spells cost stamina. So, you know, drink a spell, or cast a spell, drink a potion. Wow. Oh. The RNG just really is not with us. We are getting the crap kicked out of us with these broadswords and stuff, despite our high-level armor.
Does it seem awfully quiet all of a sudden? We should be cautious.
Hey, okay. He noticed it, so we won't get ambushed. All right. All right. This time, let's have you go over here. And I think something that needs to happen, like one of the things that's so important about Kaelyn is that she's fast. William is slow. So let's try this instead of the strength potion and see if we can even things out. An essence of the wind. William snatched the stopper from the bottle in one swift movement. Instantly, pale vapors swirled around him, disappearing down his throat when he inhaled. The world seemed to slow to half speed, the edge of his vision blurring when he moved. Okay. So this should hopefully cause him to, yeah, there we go, get extra turns, which is really what we need. Let's stick with a static discharge. It's very important that we take some of these guys out quickly, because if we can, then like that already changes the game. If even one of them goes down, it drastically evens the field. I mean, it literally evens the field, but also it's going to have a huge impact on how we're able to spend our resources and how we need to spend them. There we go. Okay, that's what we wanted. And I'm going to try and, like, minimize his use of spells if possible, but also it is what it is. Being down a character, we're just going to sometimes have no choice. We're going to need to use his magic, and we want to. I just don't want to spam it to where we run out of Sen water because we only have so much Sen water. So if we're in a situation like this where they're just beating the crap out of characters and like the intention seems obviously to be that we need to guzzle Sen water in order to keep Aaron afloat and then use his magic, then that means that we need to have access to a ready supply of Sen water, which likewise means that we need access to money. So we have to actually kill these guys. We can't let them get away like that asshole. Very frustrating. On the other hand, we now have a longbow for Kaelyn as well whenever she makes it back to the party. Okay, there we go. All caught up. And his repair, nice, went up to 58. Not bad at all. Scouting went up to 21. It's not very high. So he's actually, we're quite lucky that he noticed that ambush. Alright, let me save it because I do not want to go through that again for sure. I know, that's what we're doing here. Need to find an inn. It's usually the biggest building. Hey! And it is an inn, thank goodness, and not like a pub. And they have food rations as well. We don't need those right now, but it's good to know that we can purchase them. Okay, shoo-wee. Man alive. No, not yet. Okay, let's see. Who are these people?
Oh, Sanadrin is a woman fine, the mother of all men, a healer and a teacher, a lady to the end. Since Sanadrin has guided us,
What is this?
a drink is only fair, but ladies prefer wine to ale. So I guess I'll drink her share.
Okay, so it's another verse of... We keep hearing this same drinking song, and it's all about, like, inviting the gods for a drink, and so every one of them gets a verse. Yeah, classic. And there's always some excuse why, like, the gods are not drinking their share, so we'll drink it for them. So I guess that like, really bad falsetto at the beginning was presumably somebody doing that on purpose to imitate a more, like, feminine voice, because this is Sanadrin's verse. So that's cool. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, somebody dropped a large tacky necklace. Quality 100%. Oh, wow. That might be worth quite a bit of cash. Okay, well, nifty. Was not expecting another verse of our song. Where are you gonna take us? 270 burlas for teal. Or teal, perhaps. I'm just going to say teal. Like the color. Now, where is teal? Oh, up there. Oh, wow. So I guess we're not going to Antara because the bridge is blocked, and if we go south, presumably, well, we'll see what happens. We'll try it. But it looks like maybe up here is where we're going to be adventuring in this chapter. So we've done, all of this is Pionda, and then this is Tikor. We've been through both of those. So now we're going to go up to whatever this state is. And then this is another one over here, I'm guessing. This is somewhere right here is probably the halfway point, maybe because of where the mountains are. So I think over this way, this is the one that the Sheffield family is governor of, but I don't know about here. Okay. Well, let's just wait. I want to see if there is... Ah, good, there's a shop. We're absolutely going there first. What do you buy? Hopefully it's weapons and armor. Germain's Outfitters. Ooh, listen to that music. New music. I don't think we've heard this track. Oh, we can talk to both people here. A little bell tinkled pleasantly as the companions entered the shop. They were greeted by the proprietress, Sylvie Ashwood. She apologized for her lack of merchandise. What with the shipmaster's strike and the masons blocking commerce near Varnas, it's been nearly impossible for me to keep my shelves stocked. William sympathized. Not to mention the drought. Sylvie sighed. Right. It's unfortunate, too, because just now I could get top prices for any luxury items that come my way. Jaeger Forestmeister, that fat old buffoon, is throwing one of his hoity-toity parties for his influential friends. Sylvie stuck her nose up in the air and spoke in a high, excited voice. Miss Ashwood, I simply must have cheese. How can I possibly hope to make a favorable impression on the Emperor's cousin's laundress's brother-in-law without cheese? Lapsing into her normal husky tones, she concluded, Wouldn't I just love to stick it to that imbecile? I'd charge him 10 times my cost. Okay, so we do have some stuff. Regretfully gonna have to buy some sun water. Doesn't look like they're gonna buy a whole lot from us. No. Yes, everything's better with cheese. Almost forgot. Will you buy this? Hey. Do you think we should go ahead and sell that for 96 burlas, which is not bad? Or should we hang on to it because it does take up the smallest slot in his inventory? And we might get a better price for it at another store, because I'm thinking if we're going to go up this area, most of this is probably going to be open to us. And if that's the case, we're going to have a lot of variety up here. Because just like amongst all of these towns in Pionda and amongst all of the different towns in Tikor, every one of these is going to have a different shop with a different specialization. So let's look around town when we think about it. A servant ushered the party into the Jaeger's study. Oh, so this is the Jaeger. The fat, bald man bounced up to them. Well, 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 it took you long enough. Do you have it? Well, let me see. William looked at Aaron with raised eyebrows. Excuse us, my lord, but we don't know what you're talking about. The cheese! The cheese! The cheese! Surely you've come about the cheese! The little man bounced excitedly. How can I, Jaeger Forestmeister, have a wine and cheese party without the cheese? Sylvie, Miss Ashwood, promised she'd send some over just as soon as her shop received a shipment, but I don't believe her. Why not? Well, you've no doubt heard of the woman scorned. But that's Miss Ashwood. She's thrown herself at me for years, but I continually tell her now, Miss Ashwood, I'm a happily married man. Your charms, considerable though they may be, have no effect on me whatsoever. The Jaeger smoothed his tunic. No matter how fervently that girl beseeches, nor how sincere her vows of undying affection, I'm a happily married man, sir. A happily married man. This guy, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so a Jaeger is kind of like, sort of like a mayor, I guess, or a baron, probably, is, I'm going to guess the closest equivalent, because he seems to be in charge of the area, so. William studied the short, fat, balding, pompous noble and came to the conclusion that Chorus Landing must have far less than its share of eligible bachelors. Can you mention he's fat one more time, though? I mean, let's not judge people on appearances, please, can we? Just because he's heavy doesn't mean that, like, he has to be, like, that doesn't have to be a negative quality. Obviously, his personality is his most negative quality, and that does fine all by itself. The study door opened, and in pranced a small, round woman wearing a wig as tall as she was. Indeed, Aaron was hard-pressed to tell whether the Jaeger's wife wore the wig for a headpiece, or the wig wore her as its pedestal. Forrest, she squealed in a voice like nails on slate. Please tell me they come bearing cheese. They're really painting a picture with these characters. Okay, and so I was wondering, so I guess, like, we know Jaeger's his title, so I guess his first name is Forrest and his surname is Meister. That's a very silly, like, made-up name, Forrest Meister. Because I thought, like, they live in the woods, so, you know, Forest Meister So it's like, is your full title Jaeger Forestmeister? No, my pet. So sorry, my pet. All will be remedied immediately, my pet. The Jaeger's wife stormed out of the room, the wig barely clearing the door jamb. The Jaeger explained the gravity of the situation. We're having a party, you see, to unveil the latest addition to our art collection. It's Chuni's tree idol. Very rare, very precious. So few are seen outside of Chuno, and this one is in perfect condition. The Jaeger mopped his brow with a monogrammed kerchief. Sylvie, Miss Ashwood, has her little ways, secret connections that she could use to my advantage if she so chose. Ah, yes, that little minx has me over a barrel, and she knows it. Though it gives me the horrors to admit I may have to sacrifice the sanctity of my wedding bed and succumb to her wanton desires just to make this party a success. Ah, me. Oh, God, yeah, he sounds real broken up about it. I am 100% certain that your junk is gonna fix this problem, my dude. 100%. The little man looked so decidedly worried over this possibility that William couldn't hold back a chuckle. Even the characters are laughing at him. To cover this rudeness, he said, Jägermeister, my friend and I will attempt to assist you in your hour of need. Give us a moment to confer amongst ourselves. In a corner of the room, Aaron asked William, Do you really think we should help him out? William scratched his chin thoughtfully. We could. Of course, this is only one side of the story. Okay, so let's immediately go back and let's talk to the shopkeeper. I want to find out what she has to say. Okay. Oh, okay, so we've already heard her side of the story and just didn't realize. Alright, well, let's check out the rest of town before we go back and talk to him again. Oh my goodness gracious. Aaron knocked, getting his knuckles sticky with fresh varnish in the process. The door was answered by a young man not much older than Aaron. Oh, sorry about that, friend. We just moved in and have to spruce the place up a bit. New paint, curtains, that sort of thing. Aaron peered around the man into the cheery cottage. He saw a table set with brightly colored crockery. A young woman with thick blonde braids hummed to herself as she stirred a pot on the hearth. Let me guess. You're newlyweds. The man grinned broadly. Oh no. Ariel and I have been married for a long, long time. A full moon in 4 days. But enough about us. You are... Wait, so they've been married 24 days? We're not newlyweds. We've been married for ages. Okay. I'm sorry. If you can't tell, that's the laugh of someone who's been married for 15 years. Travelers. The man's eyes lit up. Have you been all the way to Camille? Aaron boasted. We've been much further than that. I'm from Briala. Where's that? The man asked. Pianda, but we've traveled all over the Empire, and where we haven't gone yet, we'll get to before we're through. Kor's teeth, the man exclaimed, impressed. Don't take Kor's name in vain, Andy, Ariel gently reproved him. Just like Aaron's girlfriend did, or ex-girlfriend, I guess, I don't know, back in Briala. Yeah, I mean, that's possible, I guess. You know, a full moon... I don't know, what would that be? Maybe if their moon is like... has a geosynchronous orbit, I guess, then, you know, or an almost geosynchronous orbit, then a full moon could be 5 years or something. I don't know. But I just... That's giving them an awful lot of the benefit of the doubt. Oh, sorry, Pumpkin. Say, honey cake, do we have enough soup for 2 more bowls? Pumpkin, honey cake. I suppose so, came the unenthusiastic response. Oh, she doesn't want to have dinner. Andy asked Aaron, "You will join us at the table, won't you? Please? I'd truly enjoy hearing about your adventures. What do you think? Should we stay for dinner, or should we let the totally not newlyweds, have their time alone? Because Ariel obviously does not want to do the dishes for 4 people. And honestly, who can blame her? Let's be real. I don't want to do my own dishes. Don't upset the cook. Okay, well, you think we should just leave it? Yeah, who knows if we traipse into that kitchen, what terrible things may happen. I wonder if we leave, if we'll get the chance to come back. Oh. I think we made the right choice. Aaron took another look inside the cottage. Ariel sliced a loaf of bread with a vigor bordering on violence, her jaw set with suppressed annoyance. Perhaps it's not such a good idea. Thanks for the invite, but we really need to be on our way. Andy's face sagged with disappointment. Oh, well, maybe someday I'll have a few adventures of my own instead of hearing them secondhand. Aaron glanced at Ariel's sturdy hips and matronly bosom, then back into Andy's hopeful eyes. Yeah, I'm sure you will. Someday. Her sturdy hips and matronly bosom. So is that meant to invoke the idea that she's, maybe filling out with child? And so he's gonna get, pinned down at home? Or are they just saying, he's not likely to walk off and leave a woman like that because she's, busty? I don't know. Anyway, I wish them the best or something, I guess. Nobody in this house. Nobody in this house. Is this the back door of what's-his-name's house? Also, there's a chest. The back door to the house wouldn't budge, yeah. William noticed the keyhole below the door's handle. The door is locked. Huh. Well, it just so happens we know a guy who can pick locks, don't we? Ooh. A bead chest. Okay. We love a good puzzler. Let's see. Okay, so we have 2 yellow and 3 red, and we need to flip those in order to open it. So let's see. Okay, 1 red is going to get us a green, a black, and a white. Okay, 2 yellow, get us a white and a black. A white and a red gets us a blue. Blue and yellow gets us that. Okay, so we need to lose a red and gain a yellow. Alright. So. If we spend a red, we can get a green, black, and white. We need a red and a black. Okay. 1 red will get us a black and a white. This one's a little more complicated than the others. Huh. We just need to trade this 1 bead. The problem here is I don't see anything that's going to get us a red bead back when we trade it, which means we're going to have to be very careful about spending our red beads, because we can only spend 1 of them. And this is the only thing that is going to get us a yellow bead, it looks like. So... I don't think that these can be traded back and forth. Like, let's see here. Okay, so yeah, a yellow and a red gets you a blue. Oh, okay, it does go both ways. The exchange rate is both ways. Okay, that is very helpful. So that means that we can get a yellow in exchange for 2 blues and a green, for example. Okay. Alright, well, let's start here. Alright, so we've got a green, a black, and a white. 1 green will get us a black, a yellow, and a white. Okay, so now we need to get rid of 2 blacks and 2 whites. So let's see here. This is probably not like the optimum solution already. I'm just kind of picking and clicking. Okay, so black, black, white will get us 2 yellows. That's more yellows than we need, which is fine, because that means that then we can spend them, of course. So we have 2 free yellows and a white. Okay, that will get us a red and a black. Okay, and let's see here. A red and a black. Okay, that's the white and the yellow. That'll give us 1 blue, and then a yellow and a white. It'll give us a red and a black. So now we have a black and a blue to work with. And let's see here. A blue and a yellow will give us a green and a black. And a green gives us black, yellow, white. Black, black, white will give us 2 yellow. I know somebody's going to watch this and they're just going to be screaming on their end like, oh no, that's, it's so simple. And that's fine, because I do that too when I'm watching someone else solve a puzzle and I know the answer. And it's not even that it's different when you're on this end of it. Like, it is, of course, when you're the one who's solving the puzzle yourself and you're under pressure to come up with a solution, and you're the one actually playing the game. That does change things from if you're a member of the audience. Just like if you're watching Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune or some other game show, and like, you know the answer, but you're not up there with the host, like on television, you know, making it happen. So of course there's a difference. But really it just comes down to, like, I'm good at certain kinds of puzzles and I'm not great at others. So like, if you see a simpler solution, you know, you yell at me. That's totally fine. You go ahead and let me know. Okay, there's a red back, there's a black. Yeah, just random yelling is fine too. That's equally helpful, I'm sure. Okay, this will give us a blue, and a yellow. Will give us a green and a black. A green will give us a black, yellow, and white. Okay, a yellow and a white will give us a black and a red. That'll give us the green back. Let me look at it fresh. Also, I just love the puzzle music. This is like the Betrayal in Antara version of the Professor Layton theme. Okay, so mostly I think what's stymieing me is, I mean, obviously all of these exchange rates, but then it's like, once you get a blue or a green, it kind of, it changes things. Yellow, yellow, red, red. So we still need to swap this for a yellow. Last time I think I started with a red. Like I said, the blue and the green is what's messing me up. Let me start with a yellow. And if I do a green, that gives me a black, a yellow, and a white. So that's almost maximum versatility. Okay, so let's see. A blue and one of the yellows. One of the things about puzzles like this is, like, you're afraid to spend the ones that you need. So like I want to keep the yellows on there because I need 3 of those at the end. And it's like, no, you just have to get over that and push through, because you're going to have to mix and match in order to make it work. Okay, let's see. So like here, I think if I do red and a yellow, that gives me a blue. And then if I do a blue and a green. Yes. There we go. And that should give me 2 yellows. Ha ha! Oh. What's this? Hello, random cameo from Zort Nemesis. Carluta's Chain. In the early days of the Imperial Army, provincial rivalries made it difficult for untrained soldiers from different homelands to trust each other. An insightful commander solved 2 problems in one stroke by linking his men together with a magical chain. The weakest men were automatically protected by the strength of their fellows, and every soldier learned the importance of looking out for his comrades. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So I'm guessing this is a Mount 1. This is a consumable item. I'm guessing maybe, like, if you use this, like, you can take damage for another character. Like, it'll protect them or something. Kind of like a shield other spell. I don't know. Huh. Well, anyway. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see here. If we can pick this lock.
What am I thinking?
You are thinking that you know how to pick locks, William. Yeah, the door is locked. What am I thinking?
That's not right.
How is that? Am I not clicking on the right spot? Is there, like, one specific pixel?
That doesn't work.
Hey, specific pixel. No, sadly he's not here. Okay. Well, let's talk to the guy again, see if he says anything different. Okay, Jägermeister. Wait a minute. That was a lot of build up to that shitty joke, game. Jägermeister greeted them eagerly. You mentioned being able to help me with my cheese dilemma. He left the implied question hanging in the air. Did I mention that? Well, she doesn't have any cheese. And I'm not 100% sure what exactly he wants me to do. It's like, I'm not gonna sleep with her for him. I don't think that's what she wants anyway. To be honest, I know that that's, like, you know, way out in left field, but yeah, I really don't get the sense that that's what's needed here. That's not how we're gonna solve this puzzle. I am not 100% certain what he wants, what the game wants. If we can't pick the lock, then I don't know. What I do know is we still have other quests to do, and I want to explore. Okay, so this looks like a mountain pass. Yes, this is going to take us through to, like, Iston and Everton. But before we do that, we still have to plant those nutberries. And where's that going to happen? We haven't figured that out. I'm not seeing any, like, caches. I'm just gonna kind of, like, follow the wall again, as it were. Yeah, I'm sure that we should. I'm not seeing anything. I keep seeing stuff like this is like a bush. You know, it looks like the outline of one of those dig mounds. Yeah, I just don't see anything. Okay, well, we're back here. I wanted to go to a couple more places here in Varnas anyway. Let's rest here and then have another look around. And we will see. Oh, that's fine. There we go. What are your skills looking like? Look at that. 59 for create. Not bad. Let's see here. Because she just said, like, the woods. Oh. That looks like a hole. Right? Hey! The nutberry plant fits snugly into the hole, its leaves open to the sun and ready to grow. And then it disappeared. Okay, and here's another one. Okay, good. So we did find them. And it looks like they're going to be fairly close together. Did I see the other one over here? Yes. Okay. Boom. Another job well done. You love to see it. Now, if only we could go back to Tikoro. Is that somebody? Oh, hey! This is the self-aware NPC merchant. I think. What was his name? Max?
Hello again, fellow wanderers. What can I do for you today? As you can see, my little shop on wheels is always open, come rain or shine, fair road or foul.
God, I wish it was Maik the liar. Oh, hey, we can talk to him about stuff.
Do you mind if we have a look at your wares?
First, though.
My sole purpose in life.
Right. Let's see. I don't know that he... Oh, good. He has all the stuff that we sold him before, actually. That's interesting. Okay, Okay, he won't give us as much as that other person. So his purchasing rates are not great. I kind of remember that being a thing. I'm not going to go all the way back and grab, like, those swords and armor and stuff and drag them back down here just to find out that he won't purchase them anyway. I feel like we already went through that, and it turned out that even though he sells swords, like, he didn't buy them. I'm more interested in what he has to say about the shepherds, because that's who we're tracking anyway. That's what this is all about.
I'll wager you've traveled all over Takor.
And then some, my lord. From the Glass Rock Mountains in the west to the Chelan Bazaars in the east.
Have you seen much of the shepherds on your travels?
Such as you is not likely to be in league with such as them, so I'll tell you true. Yes, I've seen 'em, but I'd just as soon spit on 'em. The shepherds call the girl dogs. They hunt them down for no reason. I've no use for scum like that.
Oh. Okay, well, hey. Cool, we stand an anti-racist.
Do you trade with the Growth?
Yes, as oft as I can. For woodwork, you'll not find the like anywhere in the Empire. I know some folk blame them for the pox, but I've seen them risk their own hides to help humans what has the disease. If you ask me, most Growth are better people than most people.
Huh. Okay, the world building continues, and as usual, I like it.
I share your low opinion of the shepherds, but I need to contact them. Would you happen to have any ideas on how to do that?
Youngsters nowadays don't have enough sense to light the right end of a torch. Let me give you a piece of advice, my lord. One which has stood me in good stead o'er many a mile. Stay away from loonies, losers, freaks, and fakes. The shepherds cover all four corners.
We're not as green as we look, Mackie. We know
Mackie,
what we're doing.
okay.
If you hate the shepherds as much as you say, there's reason enough for you to help us.
Well, I don't know. Information is merchandise of a sort, too.
How much?
10 burlers.
Okay, sure.
Deal. What have you got for us?
Over in Easton, there's an actress, Maria something or other. A few months back, she bought a whole case of Linnigan apple brandy from me.
That's expensive stuff. But what's the connection?
The connection is that this actress said she was giving the brandy to her son as a going-away present. And guess where he was going?
To join the shepherds. I see.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad we ran into him.
Safe journey, Mackie.
May the roads be kind to your feet, my lords.
I'm glad that we ran into him because now we have a lead. Okay. Good, and it did mark him on the map. Okay, so this is where we need to head, north and west from Chorus Landing. Well, we are making progress. Alright, now if we could just find some place to sell all of that chainmail and those broadswords, we would be set. Because the thing is, with their inventories full the way that they are, I mean, like, we have to carry stuff to shops in order to make money. So even if we clear out our inventory and leave stuff in a sack or whatever, if we don't have a place to sell the junk, it's worthless. Okay, let's turn in our side quest before we do anything else, though. The woman hobbled outside to greet William and Aaron. Oh, you've planted all the seedlings. That's wonderful. William brushed the dirt off his hands. They all seemed quite happy in their new homes. The woman handed William a round object. I'm not sure what this is, but I found it in a box buried in one of my planting sites. You can have it if you think it might come in handy on your travels. William thanked the woman, wished her a rapid healing, and the companions walked down the path. William showed Aaron the object. A dervish disc. Not bad compensation for just getting one's hands a bit muddy. Yep, a stack of dervish discs. Okay. Well, we have already seen in this chapter that it looks like maybe it's time to start using some of those items and finding out once and for all what they do and how effective they are. We know the dervish disc is some kind of protective magic. We'll just have to see what it does. I'm wondering if maybe it casts armor light on us now that we know that there actually is a mage armor spell. Hey, the conservatory is open. I don't think we were able to come in here last time, like in chapter 2.
Seed to leaf, leaf to bud, sun and rain coax life from mud. Oh, hello. I didn't see you at first.
No, you were too busy singing creepily in a weird voice. What are you, a druid? What is this garden?
This garden is beautiful.
Thank you, young man. It's very much a part of me after all these years.
Are you the caretaker?
Planter, harvester, sower, reaper, breeder, pruner, weeder, keeper. The trees hear my song and return in kind. Their symphony is eternal, if you only know how to listen.
Yeah, she's a druid. Ooh, I wonder if that means that she's going to teach us some plant magic. That would be really cool.
Have you devoted your whole life to your plants?
I find they have more to offer than most humans. Plants are complex yet honest, predictable yet fascinating. Take the Fidala tree, for instance. Most people see only a scrawny, chalky thing. But take the time to look beyond the obvious, and you'll discover the Fidala's secret. Mix the leaves with alcohol into a poultice, and you'll have a cure for almost any poison. That is the Fidala tree's gift to man, in return for a little respect and manure.
Wow, so all this time later, in Chapter 4, the game reveals to us the great secret that Fidali leaves and ale make Fidali paste. Thank you for that, mysterious singing druid.
You speak as one who loves music.
I was speaking figuratively, I suppose. Though I did just see a golf performance that combined music and dance in such a way as to represent natural forces. Oh, it was most stimulating.
You mean erotic?
What's it called? The Maruk or Carful?
The Karuf.
That's it. You're familiar with it, then?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Believe me, if you get the chance, don't pass it up. A young man like yourself with such a keen interest in nature would find it most educational.
She's disappointed, like, oh, you know the Karoof? Maybe you could dance a little Karoof for us here. But no. Thankfully, Aaron gets to keep his clothes on, and maybe even increase his magic skill.
Naomi, your talent with the magic
How did
of
you know her
nature is
name? I don't know
legendary.
her name.
I was wondering... No, forgive me, I presume too much.
Go on, lad. I don't bite.
I was wondering... I'd hoped you might be willing to share the smallest part of your wisdom. But someone of your importance is surely too busy to waste time with a novice like me.
What's your name?
Aaron Courtelaine, ma'am.
That was the sorriest excuse for flattery this side of a garnish compliment. The art of manipulation requires subtlety. You've got all the guile of a mare in heat.
Dang.
But as it happens, I need someone to deliver something to my cousin in Elona. Take care of it for me, and I will share the smallest part of my wisdom with you.
Okay, so apparently she is a druid, and she is a famous nature mage whose name Aaron knows, but we don't. Okay, sure. Also, what is with just all the subtlety of a mare in heat? Dang.
Ilona is a little out of our way.
If it were right next door, I wouldn't need you, now would I?
Good point.
No, I suppose not.
I just learned that my cousin Noel is having trouble with his garden. I want to get this calcicum powder to him immediately. Time is of the essence if the poor fellow's vegetables are to be saved. If he's not home, just sprinkle the powder over the garden. Nature should do the rest. Will you do it?
Oof, I hope this is not a timed quest, the way she's talking about it. Because I feel like, at least earlier in the game, some of them definitely were. But let's take it.
That sounds like a simple enough task. We'd be glad to do this good deed on your behalf.
That's a good boy. Return after you've run this little errand for me.
Okay.
You're good company, but I must get back to my garden.
It was a true honor to meet someone so gifted.
Better work on those compliments if you want to get anywhere with the ladies. We can see through false flattery quicker than soil passes through a fieldworm.
Well, that's fine, because I think he and William have demonstrated that they're not super interested in ladies. They have each other, and both of them are very dumb. So, these compliments seem perfect, in fact. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay, well. Do they need to rest? No, we can probably just camp. But I think I need to rest. Goodness. We have a list now. We know where we're going. There's still a little bit of exploration I want to do right here to the west of Chorus Landing. I don't think that the game is going to let us go to Antara. I really doubt that. For a variety of reasons, many of which I'm sure are obvious to y'all. But you never know. There could be an encounter down here. There could be a merchant on the road like Mackie. There could be chests. We'll find out. Then it's time to head north, and we're going to head to Istin and Elona, which means passing through Teal. So, yeah, we've got an agenda for next time. I'm quite looking forward to it now that we are on the way, now that we are underway. So I'm going to be on my way, and I hope that y'all will see your way to following and subscribing if you aren't already. And thank you for joining me. Be sure to follow me over on YouTube as well, where you can catch previous episodes and see the entire series if you have not been here the whole time. And you can also follow me on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Pillow Fort. Leave me your comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me how excited you are for next time, or where I could have done a little bit better if you see the solution to a puzzle or something. And I'll catch you for the next episode on Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S., for more Betrayal in Antara. And until then, as always, thanks for playing.